Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. So it's getting dark and this video is going to be really quick, to be honest. I already know what the problem is, so I'm just going to show you. And the reason is, so if you ever have a problem like this, you can always check this and try to solve it. So I'm going to start the car to start with. So this is a Ford Focus 1.6 petrol, and this car came to me with two issues. Unfortunately, and I'm really frustrated, and I just went wild today and spent some pounds, I've deleted the entire video by mistake. So the initial problem the car came with was a P060A, which was for a internal PCM malfunction or something like that. It was all to do with the flash memory, with the software inside the ECU somehow was corrupted. So I reflashed the ECU and the problem went away. The car would stuck idling somewhere between 1500 and 200 and would go up and down constantly, every second up and down, and the accelerator would stop responding, and you would have to turn the engine off, engine back on, and the car would run again for about 10 minutes, and then would happen again, and every time would come up with that P060A. Unfortunately, I was moving some files because this phone, I'm still recording with my S7. This phone is only a 32 gigabytes, and I've been having really a lot of problems because I'm working on a few cars at the same time, and there's clips everywhere on the memory of the phone. And when I was trying to organize things to actually be able to carry on recording what I'm recording now, I've actually deleted the entire video, so there's no video for that. Anyway, and moving forward, I will make a video for this one. It's going to be really quick. That's the reason why I'm recording now with low light. It's getting really dark. It's kind of raining. Still, I think I'm going to be able to finish this today. The problem with the car is, I don't know if you can see it, but it's roughly there. So the revs, they bounce a little bit. Not as bad as because initially when I've seen this second problem, I thought that would be the cause of the P060A. But later on, it's a shame I don't have that video. Later on, it was actually not. The car is constantly doing this. Okay. Once it warms up a little bit more, it drops the revs down to about 1000, but it is always like that, revving too high and bouncing just a little bit. So I looked through some live data. This was actually while I was doing the other video. I looked through some live data, and if you can see there, so this down here is the desired engine speed. So 848, 850, I would say, and that's my actual revs. As you can see, is quite high. Look at my short fuel trims, it's a 478. This will eventually come down just a little bit, but it always stays around here. So, which means my car is adding fuel. So if my car is adding fuel, that means, so for you guys that don't know, this should be close to zero as possible. If my car is adding, so if my engine is adding fuel, that means it's having too much air. There's only one way for the air to get in there. Now I'm going to show you in the engine bay. It's quite audible, and that was what made me to look. But I will also show you something, which is a quick test that you can you can also do when you're looking for leaks. I'm not going to do a leak test because that would take way too long, but I'll do something else. So as you can see, the engine's still revving quite high. Let's going to go to the engine bay. And I know that it's not going to be very good on camera, the sound, and you might not going to be here, not going to be able to hear the sort of the vacuum leak I can hear, but I can see it to start with. But look at this. Can you hear the engine changing the revs, cutting fuel out? That's my problem right there. So in this case I could clearly hear the vacuum leak. It was right there, I could see it so easily. But the only reason I've showed you as spraying that's like easy start. The only reason why I've showed you that is because if you ever think you have a vacuum leak but you can't see it, if you start to spray that or brake cleaner, something along those lines, something flammable, if you spray something around the intake, around the engine area, and your revs change, I've showed you this in the past on other videos, and you see it changing on your revs, that means you have a leak in there, because the engine sucks that flammable substance, burns it, and obviously it's going to change the engine tone. As you have seen as well, more now to the end, when I've actually blocked the pipe, the engine idling just slowed down, etc, etc. So for that I have a new pipe which I picked up today already, so all the part numbers here in case if you are interested. £10 I think I paid for this. Now the tricky bit with this is that I think the intake manifold is gonna have to come out to get to the end of the pipe, so that's going to be a little bit of a tricky one, but I'm going to see what I can do and go from there. But yeah, so that was the problem. I don't know if I'm going to show you how to remove the manifold, etc, because it's getting dark now and this is not going to be very good. So let me think. I might show you. Oh, and it looks like actually I don't need to remove the manifold. So as you see, I'm gonna show you this right there. I can't really see it. So the pipe, there's no bracket on the pipe. It's literally it's just pushed right at the bottom. Okay, so as I was saying, it's just pushed in there. So that's the hose, just removed. So it just pushes in there, and that's it. So with the long screwdriver from this hand, where the camera is positioned, we just push it up. And now we're gonna look at the other end, see how to remove it. Okay, and I just pushed it, and it looks like it's exactly the same sort of fitting. Let me pull it out. There we go. And let me show you how this is. It's completely perished away, look at that. Completely split there as well. Okay, that's gonna push the new one in, and hopefully this will solve my problem. Okay, I know you can't really see it as such, but the new pipe is now in place. So let's start the engine and see how it runs. Oh dear. Okay, so right, all done. Let's start the engine and we'll look at some live data again. Oh, look at that. Can you see the difference now? So you went a little bit too low. Let the engine now to adapt itself. It might worth to reset the stably now. There we go. There it is. Obviously the engine was thinking would still be just while it was adapting itself, but let's see. There we go. So 768 RPMs, that's what he wants. 7.5. So the RPMs is spot on. My fuel trims, they are really high at the moment. I'm sure they're gonna drop in no time. There we go. They are coming down already. Look at that. You see that? There we go. So they're gonna slow coming down. to close as zero as possible. There we go. Let it carry on. So look at that now. A little bit up and down. Let them to adjust a little bit more. Okay, and it's now at 6.3. 6.3 is fluctuating a little bit here now, but it's been dropping all the way. So look at that now, 3. So the car is still obviously adjusting its trims. There is no long fuel trim on these live data, unfortunately, because I can guarantee you that would be high as hell. But only the short fuel trims on this car. But look at that now, 3.43, 3.18, and I guess I have a feeling that it should go even lower. If everything is okay, it should go even lower. Close to zero as possible is where it should be. So yeah, so this just shows. So the problem is fixed, all done. I thought about sharing this with you just purely because, you know, I said this so many times, I don't like to record like this, but today my phone, or me, really, I was really pee off with myself when I've deleted 25 minutes of video. I investigate. Just forget. I can't even talk about it. It was really annoying. Anyway, and due to that, as I said, I ended up by having to finish this really late now. But that's it for this video, guys. Now I'm gonna set up my new phone, and I'm pretty sure the next video will be recorded with it. So hopefully better quality, I think. So yeah, that's it, guys. So if you have something like this, by the way, this was not triggering any codes, just to let you know, was not triggering any codes. The only code the car came with, as I said at the start of the video, was the P060A, and that was for an internal ECU malfunction or something like that. And the car would stop responding to the accelerator. The revs would bounce between 1500 and 2000, and the car, it was just really, it wouldn't work. The car, it was very difficult to drive, but that was resolved with the software update, as I said. So the only problem the car was left with afterwards was this problem, and to be honest with you, I've only noticed it because I could hear the vacuum on the engine, and also because after flashing this ECU, I could see the revs stuck at about 1000 or 1100 RPMs. I thought, this is a little bit too high. So that's when I start to investigate a little bit further. I spoke with the owner and said, look, you have a second problem here with the car, and we decided to get resolved. So that's it, guys. What else to say? Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope there's some information on it that you're going to find useful. If you do have any questions, any comments, please put them below. I'm sorry for recording like this on the dark, but yeah, thank you for watching.